In this video, I will talk about 5 confirmed signings, 2 released players, 1 possible deal, and 2 very complicated deals. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo. I am your host and I am excited to introduce to you, drum roll, the daily roundup. So what is the daily roundup? So basically there is a show that I'm starting from today. This is episode 1. Boo, boo, boo. What I'll be doing on the daily roundup is basically looking at the day's news and talking about them. And if there was nothing new on the day, I will talk about the new signings that we've had as Kaizer Chiefs and look at the individual players and talk about them and how they will fit in the squad and everything that we might expect or that is to be expected from them. So please make sure to watch and continue watching. Now, if you're new to this channel and you don't know what this channel is about, it's basically about Kaizer Chiefs fans interacting with each other. If you check my previous videos, you will see that in the comment section, I respond to every comment. So if you want to be part of this community and just share your football knowledge and your comments and your thoughts, make sure to subscribe to this channel, leave a comment down below, like, so that YouTube can spread this video to more people like you. Oh, that was too long. Anyway, let's go. So the first player that we're talking about is obviously Umahlatsi, and it was expected. Vele abafana be Swallows ukuthi they are coming to Chiefs. We have a good relationship with Swallows. It's becoming like our academy. We go there, we get the quality players we want. Just last season we signed 3 again. This season we've signed 3 players again. And I've talked about Mahlatsi, and in the future video I'll still talk about Mahlatsi more. But this is something that you know, so it's not like breaking news. And there's also Umatlowu. And I will not talk about these too much because I talked about them in the video up here. So the next player that we've been waiting for him to be confirmed for such a long time, since January, was Tebe, and finally Chiefs announced Tebe will be joining in Chiefs. And the next player is Ushabalala being promoted to the first team. Now, in Shabalala, it brings up a lot of things. So no, there is nothing against him. First of all, he's a good player, he's a quality player. Uzwane gave him a debut towards the end of the season. And no mengadlalanga that much, but we know what is a good player from MDC Vele Edlalipole LC. And also he had just returned from Belgium for doing a trials when he had his debut with Chiefs. But what's more and significant about the deal Gashabalala, he mainly plays as like a centre forward or as a striker. We position as MDC. Now, what that might mean, and that might suggest Ugadlale as a winger as well, but primarily Ulapaku number 9. It's a lot of things. For starters, Chiefs may not sign a striker this transfer season. Why am I saying that? Because Besi linked Nobo Evanga Kwatulek. Besi linked no Omango before by Guamazul. Sahlulek, Huletswalo. There are no talks even okay kwenzakala. Nenda baga evidence mahopa awenze glute around there. So it might be more significant than you think. No, it's just Ntwana and Swembu that is being promoted to the first team to start learning. But it might actually be promoted there to be direct competition to Dupree and Billiat as well, because I took Billiat as a push up a centre forward because our centre forwards are gone, and also what left Sisayne Ulokunda Njangamanje Sisayne Haibo Umahlatsi. And also what's happening with Kwa left kuzoba competition because Kwa right not Dole, and Dole is likely to start. So the other players, even the left-footed ones, Jengosehota mhlambe bazogcina bedlaliswa ngale Kwa left because uDole is likely to start, and someone else angashintshana naye mhlambe uNkosi Ngiphile Ngcobo. So that means umduduzi mayingena uza directly uzocompete no Dupree noma Kwa left aphinda adlale nala as an attacking midfielder. But mostly I see this might just mean Chiefs is struggling to get a striker, and as a result, I'm promoter Shabalala. And obviously in the Gashabalala, they probably were waiting for ukuzwa from Belgium, and I don't know the other country that he went to do ama trials akhe. But they are probably also they were waiting for that ukuzwa ukuthi did he succeed, or is he still going overseas, or is he not? So it seems like he's not, because Chiefs just gave him a 3-year contract, which means he is staying, which can only be exciting for Chiefs, us football fans, Kaizer Chiefs fans who have seen him play and we want to see more of him. So it's a good thing also, not just to good team yena uyintwana, but it's the fact that uproduce Kaizer Chiefs. And if we keep on promoting our players from MDC, then it shows why we have that MDC, why we have or under 18 or under 19 down to under 12 and lower if there is lower with Kaizer Chiefs. But it's just a good thing to see. And Solomons, I know I didn't count him and with Umatlo and Umahlatse, because when it comes to Solomons, move yakhe and being confirmed to come to Chiefs, definitely affected Indaba Gampahle. Now I don't know why they waited until they announced those Solomons before they released. You understand, before they released Mpahle and Tiantia. That's why I'm saying I think it definitely had something to do with it, because if you think about it, vele Mpahle ubesahleli because backup right back, backup center back, and Solomon's mayisefika manje usezoba i-right back as a starter or also compete no ref for that right back position. So that definitely, I think that definitely affected Uguti. When the deal was confirmed, I'm sure it wasn't confirmed yesterday signed yesterday, but the coming of Solomons to Chiefs made Mpahle know what, okay, this is not happening, and probably they discussed with the team, good, there's no space for you here, so ungabeke usuhamba. Nice. We've not been playing with Tiantia for the longest time, so yeah. And in Mpahle, as he was a centre back, and Abayabantu would probably be asking, hey, why is Matoro not being released? It's probably because of the fact that since Mpahle hambile, Chiefs is still going after a signature Simango from TS Galaxy. Now in Simango is a 2 years, and it's probably not gonna be cheaper, but TS Galaxy is open to selling. So that means there is a chance yokuthi simthenge, but there is a challenge yokuthi usalelo 2 years with contract yakhe, which basically means it might be a bit expensive to get him with 2 years left in his contract, and with the fact that he has experience with PSL, we know that we've seen him play for TS Galaxy. So there is a possible deal. So in Mpahle going could also be a factor in negotiating with Simango himself. Listen, we've also released Omumuntu Obe backup center back here too. Shuti wena, you are not gonna be so low we picking order to a point of Tuzoti. There's no point of me going. They already signed another defender. You have Vunjabulo Ngobo and Nangzodlala Piabogan. No, we have a busy schedule, so Zofigudlala and Mpahle release as you saw, because we're opening up space for you. Because as I said in the other video, releasing players is not just about releasing them and saying something with him, but it's also about the fact that Mpahle, for instance, I'm sure he wasn't earning 20,000. He was earning a lot of money, so releasing him also opens up a wage bill for other players to come in and also get the money. So, and there have been rumors that I've heard to Guti, the reason why Mato is not being released with Chiefs, it's probably because he will be involved in the swap deal. So that will help our negotiations if that is really true. Ukuthi kuzoba ne swap deal yokuthi so Sumato the other side basilethele uMsimango, and then we'll add some money obviously because he's younger and a better player uMsimango. So that remains to be seen ukuthi what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to having uMsimango. Now, to another transfer that we thought was done and dusted. Even now, last week I came and said, hey, it seems like Chiefs has signed Yusuf Mat. But that's not the case yet anyway. Because if he had signed a deal with Chiefs, then you would have expected him to be announced yesterday, but it wasn't announced yesterday, which means there's no deal between Chiefs and Sekhukhune right now. And Vel agent yakhe did come out and say Jonas Malachi, not agent yakhe, executive officer Sekhukhune, came out and said, we've received some offers, note offers, not offer, but I won't disclose the names of the teams. Something is cooking, we will see in 2 weeks' time. You know ke manje ke sekunenye into ke. Usila phela na, he's an executive officer of a team, hayi nje by chance. It's possible ukuthi now seqale nje bidding war, they are starting to make sure ukuthi uMat price yakhe goes up, because we heard ukuthi the price to sell Mat Sekhukhune wanted 10 million. He's their captain, he's still young enough, he's a quality player. So they want 10 million, and apparently in the report that was reported was that Chiefs signed him for 6 million, 5 million, blah blah blah. But now that doesn't seem to be the case, which means there might be a bidding war that's going on that we don't know about. And unfortunately and sadly, we might end up seeing Umad not signing for Chiefs, because if the Pirates or any other team, Cape Town City, Amazulu, because Siabonu Amazulu are being really serious, get in that race and they now sign the player, as much as a priority to as much as a very important Umad for us to sign. But if his the money that they want for him is 10 million, and as I said, we still don't have a striker, we still need another attacking midfielder, and must spend 10 million on one player, then where are we going to get the money to sign other players? Because we haven't heard anything about Akai or any player being sold by Chiefs, which means there has been no money that has come into the club. So it's just the money that we're spending. Kwineka, Dupree, abafana be-Arrows, be-Swallows, boba-3, uMatlobu, Mahlatsi, no Solomons. So we've spent imali on 5 players, and must spend a lot again Mat. It's gonna leave us with very little money to spend. But it remains to be seen. I have confidence with Chiefs if really they can find a reasonable way to negotiate with Sekhukhune, maybe even say Tatano Akai. I don't know if they would want him. Take Akai, will add some money, because Vele will transfer instead to Akai, and no one has said anything about wanting to buy Akai. You know, so it remains to be seen. This all of a sudden has become a tricky deal that we thought was done, you know. And the last player I want to talk about is Ukobamelo Kodisang. So he's playing for Braga right now, and if Braga want to loan him out, basically. Braga wants to loan out Ukodisang, and his agent Mike Makap is like, no, that's not. Let me just read it to you. Is it possible that he can come back to South Africa? Of course it is. Have we been in discussion with Kaizer Chiefs? Yes, we have. Again, it's very difficult to finalize anything, and they, talking about Chiefs, understand that they are mature. I have a fantastic relationship with the club. So that's a good thing to know for one with Vele. We have good relationship with the agent, and the fact that he is openly admitting Guti, there's a conversation going on between him and Kaizer Chiefs for signing the player. The problem is that it's in the hands of the club, Ibraga in this case, because they signed him on a 3-year contract and then he appealed this season. But they also added a clause which they have an option to extend by 2 years. And now they've activated that thing. The problem is, in activating this 2-year clause and extension, they want to loan him out again. And now the player doesn't want to be loaned out. So he would rather be sold back to Chiefs or go out on a loan, come back on a loan to Chiefs. The problem though is that if he's sold to Chiefs, Esasalelo 2 years, how much is that going to cost us? You know, so that's why I'm saying this deal is also complicated. But the fact that the player wants to come and play for Chiefs, maybe they can force their move out of there, and we can see the player coming back to play for Chiefs. It would be a good signing as well. And we just have to wait and see what's going to happen in the next coming days, because things are heating up. Pre-season is about to start. So let's see what happens. What do you think, guys? What are your comments on the players that are released, the players that are signed? How much impact do you think they'll have on Chiefs? What do you think about Tumat and Godisang and these complications that are currently happening right now? Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow on episode 2. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and leave a like so that YouTube can spread this video to more people like you. And until next time, remember, equals alphela umoya.